Welcome. Hello, guys. How we doing today?
Hi, I'm good.
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Oh man, it's a pleasure to have you guys. This was so random, and it just happened to be you guys to be the first ones in the podcast. So
I'm
we got
really excited.
yeah, we got Riley and Bennet. Can you guys introduce yourself? Oh wait, introduce yourself too, man.
Yeah, of course. But I will let the guest go first. So
Okay. I'm Riley. I'm a junior at Rick. I'm a psychology student. I'm the secretary of the radio station.
yeah.
I'm Bennet. I'm a senior at Rick. I'm the president of the radio, and I am a psychology student, but I also have a minor in political science.
Real quick, can you guys talk about your hometown and maybe your preferred pronouns?
I'm from Cranston, so that's like 20 minutes from North Providence from here, and I'm a he/him.
All right.
I'm from South Kingstown. It's like 45 minutes from here. Got some cool beaches. My pronouns are she, her.
Hi guys. My name is Nguyen. I am a clinical mental counseling major at Rick. This is my last year of grad school. Originally, I'm from Saigon, Vietnam, and my pronouns is he/him.
All right. And it's me. I'm Will. I'm a psychology student, senior here. I do a little bit of everything. A little bit of radio, Lasso, Latin American Association. I did STG, but I had to drop that, man. I don't think I'm a political freak. But other than that, we just starting this podcast, man. Yeah. So, hey, my pronouns are he, him.
Okay.
Go psych majors.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We have all side major in the room. Different variation, but all side major. That's wicked cool.
That could be a topic of discussion. How we ended up being psych majors.
I love the brain.
The brain.
The discussion of how coming into this major that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
The way I think about like side major is kind of like you manipulate people, but you use your power for good and not evil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But are we really manipulating though? Because I feel like it's more like
No, we just
we're
have
reacting.
we have a good understanding of how the brain works, and it helps us in our favor.
Yeah.
It's not manipulation.
But I
We
feel like
just
the
know
more I
how
learn
it
about
works.
psych, the more I realize I don't know nothing. Like the brain is just crazy, man.
Yeah, the reason why I say manipulating is because like sometimes people are like stuck in their way, and you kind of have to like find a different way for them to like think about like themselves and like things around them, so they can be more happy and be more. You know?
Yeah.
So I guess like that's low key manipulation, but we do it for good. So
Sometimes I use it for
Sometimes.
manipulation to get my way.
Ooh,
Not in a clinical setting.
are we gonna go over that
I don't
today?
know, man. Her boyfriend better not be hearing this.
Oh, okay. All right. Real quick, what is the one thing that you like most about Rick?
I like how small of a campus it is. My dear friend Tess says it's easy to become a big fish in a small pond, and I feel like the radio station has done that.
Yeah, like I second that. Also because like I don't have to see too many people from my past. Like if I went to URI, like Peace and Love, I just couldn't do that. Too many people that I don't like. And I mean, like, there's obviously people I don't like here, and like I still do see some people I know from high school, but it's easier to hide in a certain sense because it is like smaller and like I don't know, we have different schedules, so it makes life nice.
Okay. Do you want to ask the next question?
We're like, where are we right now?
Like right here.
Oh, without being too critical, what's one specific thing you feel that Rick can improve or kind of invest in, honestly, for his students? Like, where they're lacking?
I know this.
Please tell me, President.
Oh, no.
Like, I think my biggest criticism is that like, oh hello,
What's
no, you're
up?
good.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
all right. No, come say hi.
It getting
Come say hi to the
serious
pod.
actually.
Hello, Test Podcast.
What's up, man?
Hi, Test Podcast. I'm playing Ice Cube in the other room right now. I'm Tyrell. Welcome to the Rick podcast.
Hi,
Here
Tyro.
we go, man. We're launching today, man. Thanks for joining.
Next.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you for joining us, man.
Thanks for joining.
URI has a beautiful campus. Like, I know that everyone will say things about it, but listen, like, I think it is one thing to be depressed on a pretty campus. It's another to be depressed on an ugly campus. And, like, it's not a lot to look at. It's a lot of cement. Like, there could be more trees. There could be more grass. And, yeah, I think that we just have a really ugly quad. That's literally just what I'm saying in short. Like, we just have an ugly quad. And it's not an excuse because I found pictures from the 60s and 70s, and the quad was gorgeous back then. It's just...
Wait, what did it look like?
Was it still all like cement? or
Okay,
no?
so it kind of was, but it had like walkways and it was like grass and there was a lot of trees and like people were sitting on the hills near the library and stuff like that. And like, honestly, I'm not even going to blame the students for wanting to sit anywhere. It's just because it's so awful. Like, no one wants to sit there.
Yeah, like they should invest in like benches and stuff like that, right?
Like, benches are
least,
just like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, I think when Rick tries to do something, like, peace and love, like, Rick, I love you, and like you give me money to go here, and I'm so happy
Real.
about that. Like, thank you, Hope Scholarship. But I think that like there could just be a different way of doing it. There doesn't have to be so much cement and like
Yeah.
even like the tables like people are starting to use, and like my freshman year a lot of people didn't really use tables, and like now the younger classes are starting to do that, and I think that's awesome. But like I just wish there was more trees and grass.
Yeah, it just feels like a Soviet place, like cement everywhere. But
Yeah.
yeah, even though it wasn't even the building in front of us, Gage, he's kind of cool looking. And
No,
I feel
Gage
that
is
it's
cool looking, and like the grass in front of Gage is awesome. So we just need like more of it. Like we like, I don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
so somewhat they are going in the right direction. We just want to see a little bit more.
Yeah, just like a little bit more
I
grass.
got you. I
We
got
need
you.
more green, right?
Yeah,
we
a
need
bit
more
more.
green. Yeah, what do you want to add?
Another thing that Rick should fix. I hate the Rick runaround. I'm over the Rick runaround. I'm over starting at financial aid and ending at records and not
Somehow
learning
going to
any
admissions.
information. Yeah, I go to all the places and somehow none of them know what I need, but all of them know that another office can handle it, and none of them can. I'm over it.
Yeah.
That's what this school needs to fix.
And the Rick runaround.
End the Rick runaround 2024.
We gotta make
I
a
hear
change.
you. I hear you.
That's the slogan right there.
Yeah. It's our new campaign about it.
We gotta be bold when we complain, man.
We're so
Be bold.
bold is one thing I will be.
All right,
So, let's move on to the second part, which is the wild card.
Gasp.
I don't know if this should be a better name for it, but that's what I got right now. So one question gonna be talking about your Rick experience, and another question is gonna be more fun.
Okay.
So, first question, I'm just gonna choose like randomly, whatever I like because I haven't figured out like a random system yet. It will be for the next episode, hopefully, right?
I think so. We're figuring this thing out as we do it.
You're
Yeah.
learning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite spot to lounge around on campus?
I mean, I would definitely say I love the radio station, but it's not like everyone can come here, and maybe that's why I
Mhm.
love it. I don't know. I like my little hideaway, and I like that I know everyone that can come in here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give Bennet a chance, and I'm gonna cook on like an area that everyone can be at.
My office. No, I love the office. Obviously, like Riley said, I know all the people who can come in here, and I'm good with everyone who can come in here. But then, like, my personal office, because when I'm having a bad day, I shut that door, and, like, that's it. And, like, I know who can come in and who can come out, and, like, I feel good about that. And then, like, if it's not, like, I don't know, I think Stone Table is cool. I don't know if, like, a lot of people know about that, but, like, sitting
Stone
there is, like...
table.
Yeah, like it's hidden in the trees, and like it was
Oh.
donated by the class of like 1990 something, and like not even to do anything bad over there, literally just to sit there, because like I just sometimes I just need to look at trees, and
Yeah.
like I don't know, it's nice to like, even though it's kind of sparse, like it's nice
Yeah.
to look at the trees.
Is that the one that like right here. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm big on
Where
that.
is that?
That's
Hidden
the
in
Rick
the trees
show
between the parking
table.
lot and the student union parking lot.
Student Union.
Yeah,
Park.
it's a hidden gem,
yeah.
man. Yeah, it's like
Dawn lot, like right out here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But it's like down in the trees.
Yeah,
Very
it's like-
underrated.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the springtime, it's nice because it gets like covered by the leaves and nobody can see you.
I cooked on another spot. I literally have no way of describing it though. It's like on the other end of the campus, away from all of like the class buildings. It's more where like records and admissions and all and like the rec center. It's all down there. There's a specific tree that like is almost like it like grows up a little and then it goes really horizontal and like back up, and it's just the perfect little nook for sitting.
Yeah.
And no one's really over there because everyone's classes are all on the other side of campus. So, like, you don't really get interrupted by a bunch of people. And I don't know. There's more grass. It's more spacious. And, like, I just sit in a tree and I listen to music. And it's not hard to climb because it's, like, really low to the ground, even though I do love climbing trees. But, yeah, that's a good spot. I think I need to go there more. I haven't been there in, like, a while.
That's valid. Probably gonna hit it up before it's get too cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Before I can't. All my cool outside spots are going to be gone.
How about you? What's your spot, bro?
Oh, me. I kind of skip over the part where I talk about the organization for me. But I'm part of ASA. I'm their secretary, and I'm also VP of communication for Alpha Sigma Phi. And definitely, like, those two offices are definitely my favorite. But I get it. Like, as Bennet say, like, not everyone can, be in the office. Yeah, so I would say a more neutral spot would be second floor of Horseman. It's a very lovely, like, people watching spot. And it's like really, really nice, really nice.
A good people watching spot is like the second floor of Dawn. They have windows that look out to the quad, and like when they have their quad events, that's an amazing people watching spot because you're like overseeing from above, and like everyone's out there doing all their weird stuff, and it's a good people watching spot.
Where was this?
In Dawn, so you
Ah.
know how like the upper level of Dawn, you can either like sit around and like look down into Dawn, or there's
Okay.
some that like you can look out the windows on like tall tables.
Ah, yeah.
And,
Straight to
like-
the quad.
Yeah. A lot of the times they're next to the garbages, and that's just a sacrifice you have to make, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
It is. Well, I think for me, I have to say, like, I have had like an evolutions on spot throughout my time here at Rick. Like when I first came here, I think it was the Unity Center meditation room. I would just go there and take naps for the longest,
Ooh.
And yeah, and
It's too quiet there. It's like
Oh.
eerily quiet.
yeah, that was the beginning thing,
Okay,
because I just
yeah.
needed to like a place to. I was taking a lot of classes, so I just needed somewhere to relax.
You did a nap.
Yeah, and then little by little, I ended up meeting this girl that was from the environmental club, and she took me to the green room house, and I was like, man, this is sick. So I would just spend my time.
Like greenhouse.
Yeah, the greenhouse.
Oh.
How do you get there? How do
Oh,
you get access to that?
it's open.
What?
Yeah.
It's always locked when I try.
Well, if you go to 10 a.m.
The greenhouse.
He's probably the one who locked it. He wanted
I
for
probably
himself.
was the one. Yeah, maybe I was there when you came. No, but it's such a dope spot because they have like different sections. They have like how do you call those little fish that like
Koi ponds.
Yeah, koi
I'm
ponds.
big on the koi. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have like the tropical section where they have like a banana tree and avocado tree and like
Yeah.
it's sick. And then yeah, man, the radio also became
Big on the radio.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like last semester, I think this was one of the spots I spent most of my time, especially in the DJ room, just playing my
DJ
pad.
office, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. All right, so we move on to the next question.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, the fun question.
The fun question.
Just choose whatever like catch your eyes, man.
Whoa, it says, tell us a story about the worst day you ever been on.
Oh,
Worst day at Rick you've been on.
day
At
or
Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, at Rick specifically.
The worst day at Rick?
Yeah.
Like day or date?
Date.
Date.
Like
I've-
what date?
Hey.
Like romantic dating person at
Yeah,
Rick?
is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I've
Man.
never dated anyone at Rick. and I wouldn't want to.
Okay, we can open it up to like general dating.
Like, worst date
why are you
ever.
at Rick? Like, why are you in college? Probably. How about that?
Oh,
Oh, you in college? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's
so like
fair,
worst
that's fair.
date in college.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
No,
Oh no.
like it wasn't that bad, but like I made it bad. So I was going out with this kid last March. No hate to him whatsoever. Like very sweet kid, but like listen, like we're not compatible. But
Happens.
yeah, no, it was like I suggested, I was like, why don't we go out to eat? Let's go get sushi. Because I was like, you know what? Sushi's easy to eat. There's not a lot of mess. And, like, it's not too expensive. So, like, it's fine. And, like, whatever. So we go to this place in West Warwick called Wasabi. But I had forgotten that this place had booths with curtains. So I was like, damn, okay. Like, that's kind of good on my part, too. Because, like, then, like, no one has to see me on a date. So I can just be here and be present. And, like, I don't have to worry about it, you know? So we get there and, like, we're there and, like, God, like there were just we didn't have a lot to talk about the entire time. So like I was just like doing my thing when I get nervous, where I'm like, I can't sit with silence. So we're gonna talk, and like we're gonna talk about the most random things. So I'm talking about the architecture. I'm talking about like curtains. I'm talking about like the floor. I'm talking about the food. I'm talking about like the demeanor of the waitress. Like I was talking about all these things, and then it just like got to a certain point, and I was just like, you know what, like I'm kind of not having fun. So like if I'm not having fun and you're not gonna ask me questions, we're just gonna sit here and be silent. Like we're just, neither of us are gonna have fun.
Wait, no way he just like not say anything on a date.
Well, he would say things, but then he was
okay.
then he brought up my other friend who he kind of had like a little thing with, and I was like,
No.
that's so fun. Yeah, he's actually great. He's in Italy right now. What about me though? And like, I don't know. It honestly just like, it wasn't bad. Oh, no, because it gets worse though. Because then I went to, I can't believe I forgot this one. So this was the last one. This is actually the last time I spoke to him. Haven't spoken to him since. We decided to go to Boston. So we get to Boston.
That's a big commitment.
It was a huge commitment on my part. But can I also preface that like anytime we went out, like I planned everything. We usually met places, but for Boston, I drove the entire time. Like I drove to the train station and I drove from the train station. I also need to preface that for most of this story, I was stoned out of my mind. So we get to Boston and he was like, yeah, I have this like secret breakfast place to take you into. And I was like, ooh, okay. Like I'm kind of excited. Like down low, like little breakfast place. No, it was Tate. And like if you know anything about me, I hate Tate. I think they're the most.
What's Tate?
Tate is like this like little bakery chain in Providence. There's like maybe 2, 3. There's a couple of them. I don't like it. I think it's pretentious. I don't think their baked goods are good, and I don't think their coffee is good. I endorse Flour, Flour. That is my absolute favorite, and I had a friend who put me onto them, so I'll give credit there. But absolutely love Flour. But so we go to Tate, and like I order a black tea and a croissant. Tell me why this kid gets the same exact thing that I get. That's the first thing. Then we're in the park, and like I just keep talking about Ted and how much I love Ted, because like every time I'm in the Boston Gardens, like it always makes me think about like Ted. And I'm like, I fucking love Ted.
Like the movie?
Like
Yeah,
the
the
movie,
teddy
the bear.
bear.
Love
Yeah.
that. Like love Ted. And then like maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm just like, people don't either get my humor or I'm just a little bit abrasive. But then I was like, I'm bored. Let's get stoned. Let's go smoke. So go to the
That's a
pub.
2-for-1 right there.
Yeah, no, but I paid for the joint too.
No.
So then, not even a joint, actually. This is actually the craziest blunt I've ever had in my entire life. And like anytime I had it, like just weird things happen to me throughout the day. But then, so we go to the like gardens, and like we smoked, and like he's like hacking up a lung, but like allegedly he smokes, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I was like, I kind of don't like sitting here. I kind of need to move, and this is probably like the worst idea, but like, so we start walking, and mind you, why am I leading the way? But like, I have no idea where I'm going. Like, I've walked from the public gardens to like Simmons before, and like that is a crazy walk. But I have never done like the gardens to the north end, because then we were going to go to my favorite bakery, Bova's. If you like Mike's pastry, no, Bova's only, not modern either. So then we're like walking there, and like I have no idea where I'm going. And then we were in Chinatown, and like, why was me in heels, carrying my little purse, being my little self? I was not scared whatsoever. Like, it's also 11:30 in like the morning, you know? Yeah. This kid looked scared, and I was like, baby, it's Chinatown at 11:30. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Is a bus going to eat us? Like, I don't know. So then, you know, we're walking from there, and then at that point I'm like, I actually need a cigarette in the worst way right now. And I had one left, and I was like, if I don't have this cigarette right now, I'm gonna cry. So I'm trying to light it. My lighter dies.
Oh no.
And then I'm like, I can't right now. So then
Didn't think it could get worse.
Oh no, it does. So then at a certain point, the kid is like, do you know where you're going? And I'm like, no, I'm kind of just walking. Like, I'm just like seeing where my feet take me. And like, that's a joke right there. Didn't get it. Went right over his head. And I'm like, oh my God, what do you mean? I'm giving you material right here. Like, you can laugh at this stuff. And like, no, just didn't take it. So then he starts leading the way, and I'm like, okay, mister, if you want to mansplain how to walk to the public gardens or walk to the north end, let's do it. But why couldn't you do that the entire time? So, you know, we finally get there, and then we get to the bakery. And like, when you go to an Italian bakery, like, what would you order off like, if you don't know anything about it? Are you going for like the pastries, or are you going for the cookies? Like, I want to know what y'all would go for.
In Italian?
Like, if you're in an Italian bakery and they have
Okay.
all these awesome pastries and baked goods, like, are you going for that, or are you going for like cookies?
So this is after like the main meal, right? This is like dessert, right?
No, like, we didn't even have dessert. We literally just went to the bakery just to go to the bakery. And you can get calzones at the bakery
Wait, but
too.
Oh,
did
you
you
know-
get breakfast before?
Yeah, we did get breakfast.
Okay, okay.
When I go to the bakery, usually what I get is just like Rhode Island pizza and stuff.
Yeah. But they don't have that. This is Boston.
Oh shit.
But like,
Okay.
I'm saying, like, I'm saying, like, put yourself in that scenario. Like, you're in Bova's.
Chocolate croissant.
Yeah, right?
I
right?
love those.
Right? Like, you're in Bova's, and like, there's all these awesome, like, there's Foyadel, there's like all these awesome things. What does this kid go for? Cookies. He goes for the
Is
cookies.
tiramisu on the menu?
Yeah, I think it is, yeah. Yeah, it is on the menu.
If I say that, would that be a good answer?
Yeah, no, that would be an awesome answer. Like,
Okay.
that's what I think you should go for at an Italian bakery.
Good.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know.
No, that's the banks. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, you know, a little awful, but like, I think you should go for the baked goods. No, he doesn't go for the baked goods. He goes for the cookies. I'm like, okay, that's another red flag in my eyes. Like,
Yeah.
so then,
Like when the beige flag like start turning a little bit too red.
yeah, no, like, I'm just like,
That thing
no,
would
like,
be- that
it's
thing would
just,
be on red
like,
at that point.
Oh, it's like, I can't. So he.
That's saying hazard.
Oh dear Lord. So then he gets the cookies, and then he's also like really stoned, and like, maybe I'm not realizing it, but like, I can't handle people who can't like, if you can't keep up with me, like, that's fine, but like, just tell me. You don't have to like try to like, you know, and I'm not acting like I'm like Cheech and Chong or anything. Like, I don't do anything crazy, but I'm just saying, like, if you can't keep up, don't act like you can, you know? So then he gets these baked goods, then he puts a water on the counter, then it falls off, then he says out loud, that was so embarrassing. And I was like, you're actually embarrassing me in here. You're embarrassing me. I want to leave. So then we walk back and we eat the baked goods. And then the entire time I'm just like seething, and I'm just like, I need this cigarette in the worst way. No one around here has a lighter. They all have children. They all have dogs. I know no one has a lighter. I'm screwed. I'm going to die in Boston. So then he was like, do you want real food? And I was like, I'm not even hungry at this point. Like, I just want to go home. But I'm like, yeah, I could eat. And then, so then we walked to Flower. Tell me why we walked to but then I'm starting to think in my head, and I'm like, okay, what's something that I can do where I don't have to talk to him a whole lot, but I can still say funny things every now and then? I'm like, perfect. We're going to walk to the Flower that's at South Station. So, or North Station, sorry. So, so we walk from like the swing set little area where the highway used to be, in between the North End and like Government Center. We walk from there to like the Flower near North Station, which is near like the Barking Crab kind of. So we're walking and we're walking and we're walking and walking. And I'm like, okay, this is good. Like, this is really nice, you know? Like, I'm being funny right now. And I was like, okay, like, maybe it's getting better. Maybe it's getting better. And that's, like, kind of a thing I told myself throughout, like, the entirety of this. I was like, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. It's a little weird now, but it's going to get better. So then we make it to Flower, and then I smell cigarette smoke, and I'm like, hallelujah, where is this person? And I see this old man sitting, and I'm like, oh, I love you. So I walk over to him. I'm like, yo, can I get a light? And he was like, yeah. So then, like, I'm talking to him, and this kid is so awkward in this conversation. I'm like, if you can't talk to old people either, that's another thing that's not going to work. I'm not going to say I love old people, but I love weird old people, and I love the stories they tell me, and I love them. So he lights my cig, and, like, I'm smoking. And the entire time the kid is trying to get out of the way of it, but he told me that he smoked cigarettes. So I'm like, okay, so that's another lie. If you don't want to stand in cigarette smoke, you don't smoke. So, you know, I smoke, and then we go in and order, and he's like, yeah, I actually, like, don't eat a lot. Like, I have a really small stomach. And I'm like, oh, please. So I'm like, fine, we're going to just get a BLT and split it, and we're going to be happy with it. Who do you think paid?
No.
Who paid? Who paid? Me. I paid.
Wait, he invited you to go there? Like, he invited you to go there, and then he
Like,
made you pay?
low key, yeah. Because I
That's
was like,
crazy.
we should go to Boston over spring break.
Wait, but it's also that you already pay for like the previous stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I
It
paid again.
sounds like you really like this kid, and he was just fucking up every step of the way.
Nah. I was also taller. I think. Or we're the same.
Okay. So that's a very.
Yeah. Oh, it's. I'm not even done. I'm not even done. I didn't even get to the dock yet.
Okay.
So then we eat the sandwich, and I went to the bathroom to call my friend. I'm like, Danielle, I'm dying right now. Like, I'm dying. And she's like, I'm sorry. Like, do you want to come? Do you want to see a movie later? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I want to see. I saw Love Lies Bleeding with Kristen Stewart in it. Best movie ever. It was a big day for lesbians. It was a bad day for gay men that day. So we eat the sandwich. I'm not talking at this point in the meal. I'm looking in every other direction. I'm like, I don't want to be here right now. I think you're the most annoying person I've ever met. And, like, you just have no game whatsoever. And, like, that's fine. Like, we can be friends, but we're not going to be lovers. So then we leave there, and then we're sitting on this, like, dock that we found. And there was ample opportunity to do anything out there. Literally anything. Nothing. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to sit like this. I'm going to sit in the sun. We're going to sit in silence. And that's how it's going to be. And if you're not going to talk, that's fine. I won't talk either. And then it gets time to go to the train. And, like, we go to the train. And I'm like, okay, this is lit. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy a piece of pizza. I did not buy a piece of pizza for this little man. And I think he thought I was, but I wasn't. And then he was staring at that pizza on the train. I was like, you're not getting this pizza. This is my pizza. And he didn't ask, but he had those wandering eyes, and I was like, no. And then this is the worst thing I've ever done. I actually have ever done. I was so annoyed that I had finally come down from, like, the blunt, and I was just like, this is so awful. I'm going to pretend to fall asleep. So I put my AirPods in, and I just closed my eyes, and I was just like, okay. But then every now and then, like, I'd like, you know how you can, like, kind of like see if you lift it. And then he fell asleep, and I was like, perfect. I'm in peace. I'm at peace. And then I'm texting all my friends. I'm like, we're seeing this movie when I come home. We're seeing this movie when I come home.
Someone's calling me.
And then I had to drive him home from the Wickford train station back to Cranston, and we got stuck in traffic. So it was about, like, a 45-minute commute. So I had to spend a lot of time with this kid.
Man, that sounds...
That's a very long misadventure.
Soul crushing.
It wasn't really soul crushing. Like, honestly, wish him the best. Like, you know.
Okay, like, real quick. That's a long story, but if you can give, like, one quick advice to this person.
Him? I honestly, I'm going to say this. I think, like, he's probably meant to date someone, but he's not meant to date me. Like, there's not advice I can give him. I just think, like, there just wasn't a connection at all.
That's
and I
fair.
think I
That's
thought
very
there
fair.
was. But, you know, I just don't think we had anything in common. Like, we both liked music, but at the end of the day, I think it kind of just, like, rested there. Like, there's no ill intentions. And, like, that was my first date. Like, I'd never dated anybody before, so I'd never, like, gone out before. So, like, I think, like, honestly, it served me for everything I wanted. I just wanted a learning experience. I just want to know how to go on
Yeah.
dates.
Yeah.
And I got that, and I think it's fine. Something that I learned from there.
Yeah, that was something that you learned that you're like, all right, I'm not gonna put myself through this anymore because I learned this.
Like, I think I learned that I kind of look for someone who's like a little taller than me, you know. 2, definitely someone who's like not masculine, but like I think the thing is like I dress very feminine, but I think I have a very like masculine kind of attitude. Like I have a very domineering type personality. So I think like I'm gonna have to meet someone who kind of either matches that or like surpasses that a little bit in a certain aspect. I also just need someone who's not gonna get like a little freaked out in Chinatown at 11:30.
Yeah, I mean, in the morning too.
Yeah.
Like if it was at night, but even at night.
Yeah, but
it's
even
like,
then, like I'm sorry, but like, I go out at night stoned or drunk, dressed in like tiny ass little outfits, like in heels and stuff, and I'm not scared.
Yeah, I always thought too that like if you go out at night and you act scared, you're like an easy target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the other thing too is like to a certain
that?
aspect, like karate club.
Just say bye to the podcast.
Bye. Am I in this shot? I'm
Yes,
gonna
you're in the shot.
my ass on the screen. Bye. I'm sorry I can't stay for the whole thing, but I gotta go be a karate hero, like the Karate Kid. That's literally me.
Okay, Daniel.
Yeah, that's me.
Daniel-san, save us.
Thank you for your story.
Thank you. What was the question?
No, I think that's
Yeah, we were just answering like what you wouldn't do or would learn.
yeah.
And then you were just saying going about like what you like or would want now from
Yeah,
a person.
I think
you
he
know?
just taught me what I want, and he just taught me that we're just not meant to be together.
I guess like at least you get something out of it.
I did get something out of it. Yeah.
That's great. Great to hear. Okay, so we're gonna switch gear to the last part of the podcast.
Okay.
So can you tell us about one short-term and one long-term goal you have for yourself at Rick?
Ooh, okay. Short-term goal at Rick. I think my short-term goal was to become the president of the radio. And like I did that and now I'm there. Long-term goal. I think like my long-term goal was like to stay at Rick. I think like my freshman year it was really tough being here because I didn't really have friends at Rick. And then I think like having all my friends at URI and seeing all the fun things they did, it was kind of different. So I kind of had to like, I quite literally had to make my own fun. So that's why like, especially like with the radio, like I kind of just like, it didn't operate how it does now. I kind of just destroyed it and then remade it and like to something that I thought would be like cooler and more contemporary. And like, that's kind of what it is today. So I think like long term was just staying here. So like now that like I have the radio and all these things, I think it's like a lot nicer that I made my own fun. And, you know, now a lot of people get to share it with me.
Yeah, if it doesn't exist, you make it exist.
I left my sweatshirt.
Return to the main podcast and ask you one last question.
Yes.
Actually, two questions.
Okay.
One is, what is one piece of advice you want to give to freshmen?
Freshman at Rick.
Yes.
Stick with it. Don't hate it. I think it's really easy to come here and hate Rick from the start and just be like, I don't like it. I don't want to come to class. I don't want to do this. But I think the thing is like, just go to a club and like see if you like it. Like, you don't have to, but I think like one of the fun ways to have fun at Rick is just to join a club. And like, especially like if you're a commuter, like I think like on campus it has it a little bit easier. I think like commuter students have it a little bit harder because like I don't think people really prioritize them enough. And I think it's a lot harder to make friends. So I think definitely just go to a club meeting and give it a shot because I think that's your best shot at like having fun at school.
I cannot agree more.
Yeah.
I think as a commuter, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's very well said, yeah.
yeah, it's very well said. I think, well, you know, I think you're right. You have to try harder to establish yourself on friendships because, you know, like, well, if you're here every day, then you just see, like, you know, like you're kind of forced to hang out. But like when you come as a commuter, I feel like you have to force yourself to socialize because it's so easy to just get out. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what I did in the beginning.
Yeah, just to go to your car. And like I used to sit in my car so much. And like having an office is nice because now I can talk to people. But
That's real, yeah.
yeah.
All right, so one small question, but it would be the last thing on the
Okay.
podcast. Are you on any social media, and do you want to share it if people want to connect with you?
I am. I'm on social media. I don't use most of it. Like, I think now I just use Twitter. Twitter, you'll never get my Twitter. Like, that is mine and mine only. I'm on Instagram, and I occasionally post, like, usually when I'm, like, going out and I drink, and then I'm like, I need to post. But my Instagram is bennet.whitcomb, BENNETT.whitcomb, WHATCOMB.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
There
me.
you go. If you want to reach out to Bennett,
But you should really follow the Rick Radio Instagram at Rick Radio.
yeah, follow Rick Radio.
Yeah. Tell me what you do. You're the president of WXIN, so
I'm
just
the
tell
president
them.
of
Tell them.
WXIN. Yeah, no, I love Wixen. It's WXIN, but like if you're a member, you call it Wixen just because it's more fun to say. But I love everything the radio has done for me. I've gotten awesome sweatshirts from it, and I go to I'm 21 years old and I'm planning concerts with like a bunch of my friends. Like that's so fun.
That's fun, man.
Like, and you mean to tell me that like you're not doing that and you don't want to do that? I think people should do that.
Yeah,
and be
definitely.
friends, and be members.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like opportunity to get involved with like different
Mhm.
organization, and definitely Wixen sounds like a very, very cool place.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
you
And
wanna
thank
plan
you. Yeah, thank you for
concerts.
letting us use the space too.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. This is awesome to walk in on after my class. Like
Man,
10 out of 10.
that's great, man. Well, we're just literally testing it out, and we're like talking about who we're gonna have as the first guest.
Yeah.
And like, man, it was
Who
perfect.
better to have? Who better to have than the Sinead O'Connor of Rhode Island College?
Definitely, man. And I feel like now this is good too because I feel like now, it's like people we have an idea that it's just nothing this serious.
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
Yeah.
like
nothing.
something
No,
fun.
I look like I probably look like the most serious person on this campus when people see me with my little heels, and I'm like this is what people see.
Yeah, with the comically large sunglasses.
Oh my God, I love him. I love him so much.
It's a look. It's a look. It's a
Yeah,
vibe.
it
It's
is.
aesthetic. It's an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for.
Thank you for having me,
talking to
guys.
us.
Hey.
You dudes are cool.
Thank you. We'll hope to make many more episodes and
Yeah.
have you back.
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, I'll make a return. Mid-season return.
All right, that concludes
All
the first
right.
episode. Thank you very
Bye,
much. guys.
pod. Thanks for having me.